guys, welcome to this week's edition of the Q&A. We are coming to you live from Fremantle, Australia. I had to think about that for a second. Yes, we made it across the Great Australian Bight. It was beautiful. We sailed in the Southern Ocean. We're now sailing in the Indian Ocean, which means in order for me to have sailed all the oceans in the world, and us and our family, we only need to sail the Arctic Ocean. So it doesn't look like that's ever going to happen because we don't like that cold water up there. It's neat to be in the Indian Ocean. We've had some great squidding, some great adventures here, and they're just getting started. This is just the tip of where we're going to be in Western Australia, of the excitement and the things we got going. With that being said, guys, let's jump right into the Q&A. And this week's first Q&A coming out of the box is from, let me get my old man glasses here because I got to have them. It is from 519 Fishing. When will they make it to their final destination? Really, the destination is just being out here sailing, and it's being out here on the water and enjoying our family. Yes, we have hard times out here. It has been extremely hard on us this year because we hadn't been able to see Anna, and I don't want to whinge about that because I know a lot of people have been away from their loved ones, but it's been especially hard on Renee because she's really close to Anna, and it's just been really tough. But we'll never make it to our final destination. We should end up in the Bahamas in the next couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and that's where we'll relook at everything and see what we're doing. And a lot can change in today's world, so you just never know. Thanks for the question, 519 Fishing, and we're going to jump right on to the next question. This is from CJ Harrington. Does anyone ever fall overboard? How do you do that in such rough seas cleaning fish? Love the videos. Once again, CJ, thanks for the question. Does anyone ever fall overboard? Not so far. We've fallen off the dock, we've fallen into the water, we've fallen off the dinghy, but we've never fallen off the boat while we're under passage. You get used to the motion of the ocean, and you get used to that. When we're cleaning fish back there, we try to be very careful. Obviously, we should probably be wearing life jackets and PFDs, but it's not as bad as it seems on this bigger, and that's the benefit of a larger boat like this. It does handle the waves and the chop a lot better than a lighter boat would, and so even though it looks rough out there, it's not as rough as it can be. But once again, CJ, thanks for the question, and we'll move right on along. Next question is coming from Enno Chemizind, and we want to thank you for watching the show, Enno. It's about electrical use and a European boat, and the ups and downs with buying a European boat, 230 volt, 50 hertz boat, and what we run into there. If I had to build a brand new boat, I would buy a boat that was European 230 volt. Whatever plugs you get, whether you get Australian plugs, New Zealand plugs, French plugs, Greek plugs, it doesn't really matter, just as long as you get adapters. You got to always buy adapters. Now, when we got this boat, our scuba compressor from the last boat was a 110 compressor, so we had to change the electrical motor out because it was a 60 hertz 110. We had to change that electrical motor out to a 50 hertz 230 single phase motor so that it would run with our system. Other than that, this boat will work everywhere in the world, even in America. We just can't run high capacity electric motors, or like our microwave when we're on 60 hertz, because the 60 hertz will run everything faster and it'll burn those things up. But you can run everything else and it runs just fine. Or you can get devices where you can change the frequency and ramp everything back down. The other thing you need to be aware of, if you are an American and you're buying a European boat, all your American appliances, hair dryers, coffee pots, kitchen appliances, all those things won't work on your boat. You're going to have to, when you buy your boat in Europe or in the Med, you're going to have to buy your appliances there before you go out and you get ready to go, if it doesn't come with those. Don't take your American stuff to your 230 boat because they won't work. Once again, we want to thank you for watching this show, and we appreciate the great question. Next question is coming from Mr. Tom Abbott. He says, hey Keith, do sailboats ever get hit by lightning? Are you guys prepared for that? Well, that's a great question, Tom, and we appreciate you watching the show. I don't know how you prepare for hitting lightning. What we do on our boat, if we know there's going to be a big electrical storm and we're out in the middle of the ocean, we take all of our devices that we can and we either stick them in the oven or the microwave. Those things work like Faraday cages. They're supposed to work like Faraday cages, and we've never been hit by lightning, but we hope that it works and it protects all our small devices. And with a lightning strike, you just have to hope for the best, because most of the time it fries everything on the boat that's connected to a wire. So, and just the electrical field that flows through the area when something gets struck. Our friends, the cruising Kiwis, they got struck by lightning.
Come on in. Oh my God, that's right there. Whoa. Right on top of
We
that.
could actually get struck here.
An extremely loud bang informed us that we had taken a direct hit to the mast.
and there was a smell of burning coming from behind the switchboard.
The unimaginable just happened. We got hit by lightning.
And they talk about when they got struck by lightning and all the things and repairs they had to go through to get that done. It's a big deal. Lightning strike is a big deal to insurance companies. They look at that. That's one of the areas that they put a higher risk deductible on when it comes to. A lot of them will put that on. And they don't like you being in places where there's a lot of lightning and a lot of thunderstorms. So that is definitely something to think about. And having a boat that's well grounded is probably a good thing. But there's two trains of thought to that. If it's well grounded, then electricity is going to flow down through the boat into the water. If it's not well grounded, it might not make it all the way through the boat. With that being said, I hope that answers your question, Tom, and thanks for watching the show. Next question is coming from Juan Orozco. He says, Keith, you mentioned one of your videos that you'd freak out if you saw a great white. In so many words, Australia is notorious for great whites. Are you guys scuba diving? Well, that's a good question, Juan. We have not scuba dived down here on the south coast yet, but next week we are fixing to start scuba diving and going crayfishing or lobstering, and we will have our scuba gear on. And you do have to be careful. Even right here at Fremantle, they have a lot of great whites out in this area. Most of the time the great whites don't bother them. It's the bull sharks and the tiger sharks, and a few times it's the bronze whalers. But yeah, we're a little nervous about that. We've gotten us some shark shields, shark bands type things we're going to wear to try to help prevent a shark attack. I know there's pros and cons on both of those, so we're going to see how those things work. You know, we definitely don't want to get bit by a shark, because they see like a Chinese buffet. It's all you can eat all night, feed all day type thing. So we want to limit those sharks from getting overweight and having a big feast on me. Actually, we want to do a quick shout out before we end the Q&A to Nora from Bustleton. We appreciate you watching the show. I want to do one more shout out to Mr. DJ Mulligan out of Connecticut in the United States. Where's Connecticut? And we also want to do a quick shout out to Mr. DJ Mulligan. Him and Finn talk a lot on the Instagram or something they work on there, and we just want to say, DJ, thanks for watching this show, and we appreciate you guys. And that's going to wrap it up this week, guys. We appreciate all you guys. If you like the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. We love the comments, and as always, I look forward to seeing you guys out there on the water.